The Arctic, a place of solitude and bitter cold, a darkness like no other, with only the flashlight of my gun leading the way. Snow falls gently behind me, covering my steps just as quickly as I make them, but still I roam tirelessly through the night. As the sun begins to break through the darkness, my thoughts spin as thunder breaks the silence, the endless cold, accompanied by an Arctic peace. My thoughts continue to spin through my dreaming mind as I wake up to a new wipe. My journey starts on the beach, but I knew this time around I wanted to live in the Arctic, so I made my way towards the snow. But along this path, I stopped to do some looting and some farming. If you're new to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe because I post chill content like this every week. I was playing on a server that I already had BPs for, but one thing that I'm used to is playing weekly wiped servers. But little did I know, this was a bi-weekly server, and I was playing on the second week, so other players had a whole week of advantage over me. But I wouldn't let that stop me, because giving up is not something solos should ever consider. After farming some wood, I took a moment to breathe. I laid down a campfire and I attempted to kill the cold that was covering my body. This spot felt like home, and I had enough resources to begin building. So I did just that. While farming some wood, I slowly begin to notice my neighbors lurking in the distance. So, instead of opening my doors and risking everything to a camper, I decided to spawn in the grasslands and collect as much loot as I could and bring it back home. And just as the sun was beginning to set, I started heading in the direction of my home. and once I arrived, I sat down a campfire and warmed up. Now, I had a bow and a sleeping bag, and with my newly acquired bow, I headed out to hunt some animals. This polar bear was mine for the taking. With every free moment I had, I was chasing the scrap. Since I had BPs, I only needed workbenches, and that didn't seem too difficult to get. Now, I was ready to expand. Some of you that have been with me for a long time may recognize this base design, and if you do, thank you for being a true dreamer. The following day, while heading out to get some notes, my neighbor was passing by. And from the distance, we made a non-verbal agreement to be peaceful. I slowly began to upgrade, adding a loot room. I placed down 3 boxes and then emptied the 1 box that I had near my TC and brought it over. Now, it was time to honeycomb the base. Achieving this early into wipe was extremely important to me, so I made it happen. Clearing the Arctic research base was a very difficult task because it was one of the noisiest monuments in the game. I assumed as soon as the scientist shot, everyone in the area would be alerted and they'd be sneaking over. So I attempted to collect as much loot as I could and disappear. And sometimes other players would clear the monument for me, and I would simply use the recycler. But as time went on, farming wood, nodes, and collecting scrap became very difficult. There were people with guns watching on every rooftop. darkness. After dying from this terrifying kill, I respawned at a sleeping bag outside of my base, and that's when I came across this guy. Everything seemed normal. A geared guy shooting someone who just spawned on their sleeping bag. That is Rust. But then, something interesting happened. I quickly spawned inside my base and headed over to the body. This cheater had been banned, so I took his loot. Unfortunately, I lost the loot to another suspicious player, but that didn't matter because I was immediately back at grinding for scrap. This server was just like last time, highly active. There were people coming from all directions to farm nodes in my area, and all I wanted to do was get my tier 2 down. But just in case any of these people were coming to raid, I decided to upgrade my suicide bunker. And seal it off. On this particular morning, I logged on and I collected the farm I needed to bring my base to life. Shortly after, I came across this freshly rated base with a tier 2. Unfortunately, the TC was untouched, so I couldn't take it. But I had an idea. If I brought the items I needed to make a gun, I could craft one here. So I did just that. win some and you lose some. The cycle of rust. On my way to craft another SAR, I found another body lying in the snow. I couldn't believe it. Another player. Banned. Finally, my tier 2 was down, and now I could craft garage doors. And after doing that, I decided I was going to make my way to the lighthouse. Recycling in the Arctic base was nerve-wracking with players all around, and so I found a boat, filled it with low grade, and headed off to lighthouse. Out on the water, with no one in sight, was very, very peaceful, and so I took it in, being able to play the game with zero stress. And as I approached the lighthouse, I parked my boat and I made my way up. At the top, I could see everything. As my items were recycled, I kept a close watch for anyone approaching. So far, this wipe has gone relatively well. From this point on, progression is much, much faster. But to get to where we're going, I have to show you how we start. Thank you so much for watching. And a special thanks to my YouTube members, dreamers. Without you, this channel would not be possible. See you all in part 2. You've been watching an Orange Dream production.